Hey, do you remember this cool taxi driver from last time? Well, part 2 actually starts exactly the same way. Same Buzzin Lounge, same 350 baht, same explanation from Michael. But that's where the similarities stop. This time I came alone. My mate has gone home. Would I get bored? No. It turned out even better. Because when you're alone, you either sit quietly or you become social. So I started scanning the room, and that's when I found 3 Swedish lunatics. They were already well ahead of schedule. The tone for the night was already set. 45 minutes later, it was time for the first stop, which turned out to be the shortest journey in a Barcrawl history. Maggie May's, 10 meters across the street. Well, inside was already really busy, and when we walked in as a group, it went from lively to rampacked instantly. I grabbed a seat at the bar and decided to start slow with a Samsung Coke. That didn't last long. Everywhere I looked, something was happening. Some people kept it, private, and others, not so much. The cashier was the only one who looked completely unimpressed. Unnaturally, that made her very interesting. I asked one of the bartenders if she was capable of smiling. Well, 1 million baht, she said. I managed to get a fake one. Well, a win is a win. Solid place, but next time, less crowd, more air. Bar number 2 was Catflaps. We got loaded into the BART buses and headed out. Catflaps had space, room to breathe, and enough service ladies to make things interesting. I quickly met someone I'd definitely revisit later. Without, the 45 minutes timer ticking, a few lady drinks were strategically deployed. This is also where I linked up with 4 other guys who seemed to operate on the same frequencies as me. After a couple of more Samsung Coke, we were fully calibrated. Catflaps felt balanced, good layout, good energy. Well, worth coming back. Bar number 3, Passion Club. This one had been on my list for a long time, and I must say, it did deliver. It was already packed when we arrived. Much more nightclub vibe than, like lounge. It was louder, faster, and, more intense. This is where I met Matthew from Manchester. What a cool guy. Well, we ended up exploring the city together for several nights after this, including Agogo crawl a few days later. Well, I might make a video on that one. Well, shout out to Matthew. Passion Club had a proper energy. If you want volume and confidence, well, this is your place. Bar number 4, Cozy Beach Club. After Passion, Cozy Beach Club was a full reset. Garden, pool table, chill atmosphere. This place is about slowing down, and by this point, I was slightly overcooked. So I switched to cola and tried to behave like an adult. Now, Cozy Beach feels more relaxed. Less chaos, more conversation. Definitely one I need to revisit. Slightly more sober. Bar number 5, Viber Agogo. The final stop was Viber Agogo in Jomtien. Classic format, stage, light, rotation, and yes, the ladies were firmly in the higher end of the model scale. Prices matches accordingly. I found someone to have a very, very deep intellectual conversation with. Lady drinks were involved, of course. Then suddenly, she was gone. Stage duty. Well, which property saved my bank accounts? Then something unexpected happened. Two elderly tourists, women I might say, easily in their 70s, were sitting front row, absolutely loving the show. And one of them stood up and pulled out her phone and started filming. The room went quiet. As you know, filming in these places are not exactly encouraged. It can lead to, well, uncomfortable conversations, sometimes even worse. But this time, security handled it gently, maybe because it was elderly woman, deleted the videos and said don't do it again, crisis avoided, the mood survived. Well, by the end of the night, we were all back at Buzzin Lounge. But for me, Matthew and a few others, the night was far from over. We decided to continue in Soi 6. Well, and that story is coming soon. Well guys, thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Bye.